Nice. Back off a little. We're in lockdown again for the 4th time in 12 months. We're in day 5. We find out at 4 p.m. today whether or not we can get out of lockdown on Sunday. Yeah, we do. So I am going to cook some beef cheeks. Why beef cheeks? One reason, bark. The amount of surface area on a beef cheek relative to the amount of meat is a really good ratio. So what that means is you're going to have a bark heavy, smoky, fatty, delicious and cheap cut of meat. You can see that these are about $20 a kilogram. I've seen them for as little as $10 a kilogram, but these are trimmed right down to just what you want and nothing that you don't, hence the price. So if you want to have something a little bit like brisket that doesn't take quite as long to cook and you don't end up with so much volume, then beef cheeks is a great alternative. So I'm going to cook them now, expecting them to take 4 or 5 hours. Let's go. Talking about hellfire, 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 oh hellfire, that's where I'm bound. I'm talking about hellfire, 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 oh hellfire, that's where I'm bound. Real sinful, need grace. Whenever I get meat out of the packaging, I always do the sniff test and make sure it smells like nothing, because that's a good indicator that the meat is fresh. There's one exception to that, and that's when meat's been vacuum sealed, when it's been in cryovac for a little while. Part of the natural process of wet aging or dry aging is that the meat is pushing moisture out, and that moisture's got nowhere to go if it's vacuum sealed. So sometimes when you open up cryovac, there is a smell. That smell is not the meat. That smell 9 times out of 10 is the juices that are sitting in. So an easy fix to that is you just pat down the meat, throw that away, leave it for 10 minutes, that smell should be gone. That's what happened in this case. I noticed it straight away when I opened it up. It had that smell. It's not a terrible smell, but it's definitely a smell that shouldn't be there. That's the moisture that smells. In this case, that smell's totally gone. We're good. Barely any trimming needed. It's already nicely trimmed. Good amount of fat on one side. So salt, pepper, and straight on the smoker. There we go, we made a huge mess. That's not COVID, it's all the pepper everywhere. These are looking red hot, so let's get the drum heated up. There's my wood sauce, here's my wood. I don't have a handsaw or anything, I can't find it. We might have left it at the beach. Yeah, I think we left it at the beach in the last video. Anyway, this is what we're cooking with.
Where am I drinking, buddy? Passed away. Lightweight, couldn't hang, so I filled my flask.
And there we have it, she's sitting at 275. Pretty much everything I cook on this drum is at 275 because it's just where it likes to sit. Based on the 4 holes I have, how big those holes are, thus the airflow. The amount of fuel I put in pretty much happily sits at 275 all the time. Got a nice gentle smoke coming out from that manuka, so good time to put that meat on. I'm gonna go fat side down. See you in a while. Now there are definitely more complicated and better ways to cook beef cheeks, but I'm focusing on first principles, which are good quality meat, good quality smoke, the right kind of wood, leaving it on for the right amount of time. Those are the things that really count to make sure it tastes awesome. Everything else, like boating it, using really interesting rubs, using better woods, all of that is gonna fine tune it, make it even better, but these are the things that really count. All right, sometimes when you leave things unattended, the smoke gets bad. This is an example of bad smoke. It's puffy, it's white. What's going on is the thing is smoldering, not burning, so it needs more air. Gross. As soon as that's really caught fire, this smoke is gonna clean itself up. There we go, that's what we want. The bad smoke's gone straight away. Back to this nice stuff. That's from making pizza the other day. And that's from the corner of the coal basket just now. I don't think I'm a role model for self-preservation. We're gonna be back at level 2 on Sunday, so good time to check the meat. Getting a nice bark already. Let's just flip it over. Oh, yum. Smells amazing already. This drum, I find I need to top it up by a couple of handfuls of charcoal every couple of hours to keep it at the temperature we want. By a couple, I mean 3 or 4. 3, that's good. We had 3 earthquakes today. We had a tsunami warning for most of the day. We're in the middle of a lockdown. It's been one of those weeks, but that's not all. Just 3 days ago, just 500 meters from my house, this happened. This paddock got totally destroyed. This fire took 3 or 4 hours to put out. And for all my friends that messaged me that day, I just want to set the record straight. I was not barbecuing that day. 3-hour mark right now. Just gonna check the temperature. It's already probing incredibly tenderly. Like there's actually no resistance. It's sitting at 206. This guy is at 203. You can just see the juices oozing out of it. These beef cheeks are gonna go great with some barbecue sauce. So I've got my favorite Lily's Carolina barbecue sauce right here. I'm just gonna pop it in a bowl. Then I'm gonna pop that in the smoker so that we're not putting cold sauce on a beautiful hot piece of meat. Gonna do tacos today with our beef cheeks. Pop them in there, warm them up a little bit. We have some coriander, red cabbage, onion. That's not an onion, that's a lime. And some onion, avocado, jalapenos, sour cream, abandoned hazy IPA, brain smiles, and some fresh cat. She showed up for the food. How good. That very hot sauce on my burning hot hands. Here we have it. These are so juicy looking. I'm gonna slice it like a brisket first of all. I'll never be the same. Nice little pile of meat. A little barbecue sauce, a little bit of spice. Hey Dali, wanna have a look at this? What do you think, Dali? Do you like it? We better taste it. We did good.
Walked a while on down the street.